Hi everyone, how are you doing? I hope that you all are doing fine and I hope that you're okay. Today we will continue our chapter which is sentence fragments and run-on. First you have to log in using the aplusstudent.com. Click on your name, move on to language at the grade 7. The chapter is sentence fragments and run-on. And the lesson is it a complete sentence, a fragment, or a run on? We did the first two already, so we'll finish the last one today. Okay, so a sentence is a group of words that forms a complete thought. It has both a subject and a verb. So it forms a complete thought, has a subject and a verb. Okay, so my friends walk along the path, or you could also say my mom cooks dinner. Okay, this is also a complete sentence. It's formed a complete thought and it has a subject and it also has a verb. So that is it for the complete sentence. So you have to take note of it that it forms a complete thought having subject and verb. All right, so moving on to the sentence fragments. The sentence fragments is a group of words that does not, okay, express. So it doesn't express a complete thought and it's usually missing either a subject or a verb. Okay, so that is the sentence fragment. All right, so it is missing either subject, a verb, or helping verb, and it doesn't form a complete thought. So let's look at some example. We have know the answer. Now, if we say know the answer, who knows that answer? We have no idea. So this is missing a subject because if you want to fix it, we can say she knows the answer, but it just says knows the answer. So that means it is incomplete and it's missing a subject. Now we have the bright red car. This is a sentence fragment. It is missing a verb because we could say the bright red car stopped. Okay, that makes it balanced with a verb. But this one has no verb and it's just the bright red car. So we have we skiing next week. This is a sentence fragment. It is missing a helping verb because we can say we are skiing next week, but this just says we skiing next week, so it's missing a helping verb. So does it for like the sentence fragment? It is either missing a subject, a verb, or helping verb. All right, so moving on to the run-on. So the run-on, a run-on is made up of two independent clauses that are joined without an end punctuation. Okay, or with just a comma. Now we have I knocked on the door, it opened. It's there raining, we ran inside. These are examples of independent clauses joined together without punctuation or comma or with just a comma. So if you have to fix them, you have to separate the two sentences and then you add a period to make them one sentence on their own, and then you capitalize the second. So just like this here, I knocked on the door, it opened. So you have to make sure that you fix up, correct it, put a period in between, and then you start the next sentence with the capital letter. So remember that every sentence begins with a capital letter. Okay? So you can also fix it in a different way. Okay, so you can use a compound, you can make it a compound sentence. So compound sentence is joined by a comma, coordinating conjunction, and but also. So you could as well make it a compound sentence if you want. So you add a comma and put a coordinating conjunction. So I knocked on the door and it opened. It started raining, comma, so we ran inside. So you have two ways to fix the run on. You can either add a period and make it one sentence on your own, or make it a compound sentence with a comma and a coordinating conjunction. Okay? So let's look at some of the sentences. All right. So the first one says, which is a sentence fragment. Would it be able to produce red blood cells without a skeleton? Is a sentence fragment. So it is missing a subject. Okay. All right. So which is a complete sentence here? Nighttime leg cramps frequently occur in calf muscles is a complete sentence. So it has a subject and a verb. So we have which is a run-on sentence. So we have, I had a vivid dream last night. You were in it. This is a run on sentence having two sentences together, okay, that are meant to be separated. So we'll move on to the test. You can share your answers with me if you know it. So, which is a sentence fragment? The map's legend indicates the meaning of its symbols. Mrs. Elliot given several of her old coats to the charity drive. So, which of these is the sentence fragment? So, the Mrs. Elliot giving several of her old coats to the charity. It's missing a helping verb. Alright, so which is a run on sentence? In 1964, the brilliant scientist Richard Feynman gave several lectures at Cornell University. You may find them interesting. Miss Johnson carefully buttoned up her coats. What is the run on here? All right, so we have the run-on sentence to be the first one. Okay, so which is a run-on? Aaron Ruth said the poem. It was written by Emily Dickinson. During World War II, the Germans often relayed their battles plans through secret face-to-face encounters. What's the run-on here? Okay, so we have the first one because it is two sentences joined together. Okay, so we have which is a complete sentence. Africa is a home to some of the world's oldest civilization. The author dedicating his new book to his mother. So which is a complete sentence? Okay, so we have the first one, which is the complete sentence. Okay. So, Rita, fulfilling her dream of hiking to the top of Mount St. Helens, which is a sentence fragment here. Perry is going to college. He'll register in the fall. So, what is the sentence fragment here? Alright, so Rita fulfilling is a sentence fragment. It is missing a helping verb. Okay. Alright, so Monica always enchants audience with the raw emotion in her performance. Sandra is an adept skier. She has trained for many years. What's the complete sentence here? Alright, so we can say the first, okay, is the complete sentence. Alright, which is a sentence fragment. Dandelions, greens provide a higher amount of iron and calcium than most of other greens. Wouldn't be able to produce red blood cells without a skeleton. What's the sentence fragment here? Okay, so we have the second as the sentence fragment. Okay, what's is a run on here? My older brother's contact lens case and eye solution. The restaurants in the vicinity are expensive. Edward can't afford them. What's the run on here? Alright, so we have a second, which is the run on, two sentences joined together. So it's a complete sentence. Ami McCord, a trapeze artist, performed under the name Miss Phyllis. She retired at the age of 55. Red green color blindness affects far more men than women. What's the complete sentence here? So the second is the complete sentence. Sometimes my upper left eyelid twitches for several minutes. Zoe showed me photographs on her travels in India. What's the complete sentence here? So the first one is the complete sentence. Usually performing on stage for the thrill of the audience, cheers, and applause. The doctor recommended plenty of fluids. I bought 2 quarters of orange juice. So, which is the run on sentence? Okay, so run-on has to be the second. That's the run-on sentence. So what's the run-on sentence? We will vanish these old oaked floors. They need to be sanded first. Aesop fables present important life lessons, often in humorous ways. What's the run-on sentence here? Okay, so we have the first one. So which is the run-on sentence here? Okay, so I had a vivid dream last night. You were it was is the run-on sentence here. All of the flowers from local nurseries. What do you think is the run-on sentence here? Okay, so we have the second one as the run-on. So the plumber used a basin wrench on the pipe under the sink. It is no longer leaking. Started making its own yogurt and cheese after inheriting a small dairy farm. What's the sentence fragment here? Okay, so we have started making his own yogurt and cheese after inheriting a small dairy farm. Okay, so that's it for our lesson under sentence fragment to run on. If you haven't done this before, you have to try to complete it later on in your free time. But before we end, can you tell me if you have any questions? All right, so since we have no questions, we'll end here for today. Have a good evening. See you all next time. Bye.